It was a first-order lens, wasn't it? Gina asked.
Yes, it's 3 tons at least. Whether it's in 1 piece or 100, it would be a job to bring it out. Once they got the thing up, they would probably have to spend months in an electrolyte bath so the metal parts didn't disintegrate in the air.
No, it wouldn't, she said. The metal parts are brass, aren't they? Brass wouldn't need an electrolyte bath. She was right, and he was wrong, and also a little impressed. And if it's 3 tons, she continued, it couldn't have drifted too far from the lighthouse then, could it? He looked out toward the black cavern of the sea. Long ago, he and Terry would drive up here to Kiss River and sit on these stairs at low tide, trying to spot the lens, expecting to see it jutting out of the water. They never were able to spot it.
It was an unbelievable storm, he said, and there have been a few just as bad since then. The coastline's really changed here. Before that storm, the water was never up this high. It's washed away the beach. By now, the lens could be just about any.
Hey! The shout came from the beach, slipping past Clay's ears on the breeze. Leaning over, he saw a flashlight far below them.
Hey, Lace,
he called back.
We'll be down in a sec.
Turning to Gina, he stood up.
That's my sister,
he said.
Are you ready to go down?
She nodded. He held his hand out to her as she stood up, but she didn't take it. Leading the way down the staircase, he kept his flashlight turned backward a bit to light the stairs for her.
Watch your step, he warned. It's not as easy in the dark.
He moved slowly, aware that Gina had a death grip on the railing behind him, and it was a while before they exited through the tiled foyer. The waves washed over their feet and legs once they descended the 3 concrete steps into the water. Sasha bounded toward them, splashing their arms and faces as they waded to the dry sand where Lacey stood. Gina nearly ignored Lacey as she squatted low to the ground to pet Sasha, and Clay's opinion of the woman instantly rose a few notches. Sasha rolled in the sand, exposing his stomach to the stranger, and Gina obliged by rubbing his belly.
That's Sasha,
Clay said.
And this is my sister, Lacey. Lacey, this is Gina.
He couldn't recall her last name. Higgins. Gina stood up, wiping her sandy hand on her shorts before extending it to Lacey. Are you a friend of Clay's? Lacey asked as she shook Gina's hand, and Clay heard the hope in her voice. His sister would love nothing better than for him to have a new woman in his life. Gina smiled at her. No, she said with a slight laugh. I'm a trespasser, actually. I was up on the lighthouse when it got dark, and your brother rescued me. That's all. Really? Lacey raised her eyebrows at him.
She came in from the road, he explained.